Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and welcome back to another video. It's not a review, but initial thoughts, as well as sort of a warning, which you'll understand when I talk about this. Got this. This is a childhood favorite of mine. I enjoyed this film. I reviewed this film in the past. It's a slow burn film, bunch of college kids in a dark, spooky mansion, spooky house, and you see little bits of this creature until the finale. I like the mood, the atmosphere, the lighting. I like the music, especially the song at the end, Up There. I like the two lead guys, Charles Klausmeyer, who at the time was called Charles King, and Mark Kinsey Stevenson, who would also be in the sequel, which I like the sequel as well. It was cool to finally get a Blu-ray of this, because this film wasn't even on DVD in the US. And some good aspects, I like this cover. It's limited, so who knows if you'll get this cover, but I do like the artwork. I think it's beautiful. You have the old school VHS. That's the cover I remember the most. Now on the Blu-ray, the picture quality I thought looked fine. On Blu-ray.com, apparently people bought the DVD of this, because you can buy a Blu-ray DVD. Some people have said they bought the DVD of this and it's pixelated especially in the night sequences. I can't confirm or deny that. Although I have to wonder if this is newly restored 4K transfer, how does that work on a DVD? So is that why maybe the DVDs are more pixelated? But someone can explain it to me. But I thought the picture quality looked fine. I didn't notice much pixelation in the night scenes. Maybe I'm blind to it. Maybe it's like, oh wow, it's much better than the VHS that I would see. But yeah, the picture quality I was fine with. It does have features. Let me get to the biggest problem. I have other little nitpicks with this. But the biggest problem with this is the audio. There's 4 different audio options. There's 5.1, even advertises with DTS HD surround sound. There's mono, there's the audio commentary, which I haven't had a chance to listen to. That has Charles Klausmeyer, Mark Kinsey Stevenson, Laura Albert, Ebenham, Camille Calvert, and R. Christopher Biggs. I haven't had a chance to watch the interviews, but the audio, like I said, there's 5.1 mono, audio commentary, and then another mono, which is vintage audio track. So I guess like the audio track from the VHS or something. I'm not sure why that's an option. But the 5.1 is unlistenable. I could show scenes, but I don't want to get in trouble unless I'm allowed to. But if you watch this on the 5.1 sound, there's echo everywhere. Kind of like what was on the Lionheart Blu-ray for MVD. It almost sounded worse on this one, especially when you get to finale. Like there's a point where the lead character has a flashlight. No, not the lead character. Someone takes a flashlight, one of the lead characters, hits the monster's arm, and the arm breaks. You hear that break twice. Many of the sound effects, not dialogue, but sound effects, you hear repeated twice. Like someone drops a flashlight, pew, pew. If there's a step, pa, pa. Again, I would show it on here, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright. If I contacted Unearthed Films, I contacted on their website, I contacted on their Facebook message, and a post on their Facebook. I can feel free to give them. I'm not the only one. You go to Blu-Ray.com. There's this. They're talking about the Unnamable and other upcoming Unearthed films. I'm not the only one that has the problem. One guy said it sounded fine on his speakers, but I don't know, the way he said it. I think he's using maybe different equipment, but you know, I paid 25 bucks for this. I can go to the mono and it'll sound fine, but I shouldn't have to do that when part of your advertisement is DTS HD surround sound and it sounds like shit. I don't know what the problem is with Blu-ray companies doing this nowadays. It happened with the Changeling, which I had to get a replacement copy. It happened with Lionheart, which I had to get a replacement copy. Then I had to get a replacement for the replacement copy. And now with the Unnamable. What the fuck? Again, at least I can go to the mono. So if you don't care, and you just, oh, I'll flip it to mono, then go ahead. But if you do care, I don't know what you can do unless they fix the shit. But again, I'll just listen in on mono, I guess, unless they do fix it. There's a little nitpicks. Like it says here, it's 76 minutes long. Let's see if it focuses. It's not that short. I'm trying to see if it. Sometimes it focuses. Of course not. I'll take my finger out. But anyway, it says it won't fucking focus. But a little misprint here. It says 76 minutes. I don't know why it won't focus now. But yeah. And it's not, that'd be like an hour and 16 minutes. It's not that. It's really an hour and 27 minutes. Also, they spelled the title wrong at the right here. See, the Unnamable. What's the Unnamable? You have the Unnamable, but right there above my finger, the Unnamable. Like, what is that? Now let's see if I can. There you go, 76 minutes. So that's a typo. That's a typo. I mean, those are little nitpicks. But the audio is the biggest problem. The 5.1. But I thought the picture quality looked fine, at least to me. The features, like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch the features, but I did notice good and possibly bad things about it because I clicked on it, just curiosity to see how long they were. They seem pretty lengthy. Like Charles Klossmeyer and Mark Stevenson, they're together, and it's like an hour and 18-minute long interview. The other actors like Laura Albert and Eben Ham, Mark Pera, they're at least 30 minutes long, each interview. And then the R. Christopher Biggs and Camille Calvert, who worked on the makeup effects, that's like an hour long. So it's, to me, the lengthier the better. But it's not done as a typical interview. It's done like a Skype interview. Every single one of these interviews. Like there's a guy from some horror radio show. I've never heard of the guy. Like imagine this is the screen. The guy's over here, and then the interviewee is over here. And again, they're talking via Skype. Skype type, a chat. I'm not sure why it could not just be like a regularly done interview. The reason I say that, I forget what movie it was. But there was another movie which had a Blu-ray where the interviews, some of them were done via Skype. I think Southern Comfort. I think it was the Blu-ray Southern Comfort. There was a couple interviews done via Skype. I could be wrong. And the thing is, when you do interviews via Skype, maybe they don't have the problem here. That's why this is initial thoughts, not a full review. But when you do that, you're going to have a couple audio problems. Granted, my audio isn't the best, but I'm not doing an interview for a fucking Blu-ray. There's going to be, one person, because I listened maybe a minute just to get an idea. There's going to be audio, like, oh, this person, the speaker's a little bit too loud, so you hear the other person's echo from their room. And again, I don't understand why you didn't just have everyone a sit-down interview like most do. I don't know why each and every one of them is a Skype interview. But I still look forward to listening to those for the length of them, and because I'm a big fan of the movie and being able to talk with these guys. Like Charles Klossmeyer and Mark Stevenson being the leads, I'm really interested to hear their interview. Laura Albert, I believe she played Wendy. Eben Ham and Mark Pera, One of them played one of the jocks, and the other played Joel, the guy who, after the beginning, he's almost technically the second guy who gets killed, but in the modern day part of the story, he's the guy talking with our two leads, and he gets killed by the creature. Then photo gallery. It says trailers, but there's no trailer for the Unnamable, which I thought was weird. It's just trailers for other Unearthed films, that Unearthed stuff that they're releasing. I thought it would have been nice to at least have a trailer for the movie. If you don't have trailers, I mean, it's promoted trailers. I thought it was going to be, oh, there's more than one trailer for the Unnamable, but it's just trailers for what's coming out on their line, assembly line. So, yeah, it's great to see this on a Blu-ray. It's great to see that the picture quality, at least for me, on this Blu-ray, it looked good. Just, you know, I flipped through it. The interviews seem lengthy. Again, I'm not sure about the idea of doing them all via Skype. There's little misprints, like 76 minutes long. It's not an hour and 16 minutes long. It should have been like 87 minutes. And then misspelling the name of the movie, the Unnamable. But like I said, the biggest problem, and warning, that's where I came in with the warning at the beginning of the video. The 5.1 on this is fucked up. Now, I have an RCA 40-inch LCD TV. It's working fine. I'm not the only one that has a problem, because you go to Blu-ray.com, there's other people who got this early and they had problems with the echo. At least 2 other people. One person, he didn't really notice, but at least 2 other people other than me. And I was like the 3rd guy that put his 2 cents in. So, I hope Unearthed Films responds. Or who knows, maybe they'll see this video. This is not me trash talking you. This is me giving you an opportunity to fix it, to do something about it. Although I don't understand why these Blu-ray companies, this is like becoming a common thing. Like, it happened with the Lionheart Blu-ray, happened with the Changeling Blu-ray. Now it happened with this one. Why is this a constant thing with the audio being fucked up? Don't promote 5.1 audio, which is your major one that's supposed to sound the best of all the audios, but then the theatrical Lionheart, the echo thing. Is it just one of those things where they're trying to do 4K and it just doesn't work with the audio and it creates this echo effect? And why is it that no one who does the quality control notices this stuff? It's the fans who notice it and then have to tell you, oh, by the way, quality control, you missed one of the major parts of a film, which is the fucking audio. You have to listen to the film. I mean, when you get to the finale, when the lead guy and this girl here are dealing with the creature, it is so noticeable. Just watch that part alone. Before the creature appears and then when the creature's around. And hell, watch the scene once with the 5.1, then watch it with the mono, and you say, oh yeah, the mono sounds a lot better. Because the 5.1, everything echoes and you hear sound effects twice. The arm breaking. I could play the movie and all you have to do is listen and you would notice. But again, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get fucked over. Unless they contact me and say they want proof. I'm like, I can show you proof. Easily. But again, those are my initial thoughts on Unnamable. I'm a big enough fan that I'm glad to have this. But at the same time, paying $25 for... and the audio's fucked up and... did not realize the interviews would be done via Skype, which I just don't prefer. I mean, that's like an interview you could do on YouTube. I mean, you would think for, you putting it on an official Blu-ray that you can, fly them in and sit down in a chair and talk with them with a good camera, with good, I mean, Stream Factory does that. Even MVD did that with Lionheart. They sat down with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and that's an upstarting company. Even they did that with the interviews. It wasn't just everything done via Skype and people looking on webcams. Again, that's not. I know that's not fair. It's just preference. But yeah, when I watch them all, maybe I'll do a full review. But considering the videos I've done in the past, I think people would think I'm being pretty fair with my initial thoughts on this. Again, the biggest issue is the 5.1 audio. It's horrendous, and it makes the film unlistenable. And for people who think I'm just making this up, go ahead, get it. And when the 5.1 audio is fucked up, unless it was only fucked up on some of them, if I go to Blu-Ray.com, and I'll even read verbatim, so I'm not making this up, because I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one that's noticed this. That's weird. Yeah, the Unnamable 1988 and Dark Side of the Moon coming from Unearthed Films. That's what is on the forums of Blu-Ray.com. I don't have a 5.1 set up to test it. .1 definitely has some issues, lots of reverb or echoing, not just at the end, right from the beginning. It got so annoying I had to switch to mono. It seems to only affect some sound effects, not dialogue. That's one person who noticed it. If I go back a page, on page 8, again, I'm not the only one that goes through this. Make sure I find the comment. I don't know what happened, but the 5.1 surround track for the DVD has, even for the DVD apparently, it's the same thing. Horrible echoing in the films. He says the film's big fight scene, but it happens throughout. You can hear Alida shriek and hiss twice. I really hope the blue doesn't suffer the same fate. Yeah, it did. That's from Andy33123, and the other was from Bud the Chud. So that's two people that it's affected. Again, I'm not the only one. I listened to it because I read that and I went, oh shit, it just came in. Let me double check. Yeah, Bud the Chud. 5.1 definitely has some issues. Lots of reverb or echoing. Not just at the end, where it's extremely obvious, but right from the beginning. It got so annoying I had to switch to mono. Using my regular TV speakers, I didn't notice anything wrong. So, okay, I guess if you're using regular, but if you have, 5.1, you're fucked. I'd be, oh, that's not a big deal. Well, again, I'm going to repeat because the first thing is newly restored 4K transfer with DTS HD surround sound. That's the first thing on there. DT surround sound. So, and actually I'm going to check right now to see if I have any response from Facebook. Because I left a message yesterday, and I left a post. Nope. What's funny, I left a message yesterday, but then 4 hours ago they posted something about the Unnamable. Someone did a review of the film saying they liked it. I'm like, okay. Did you... I guess they haven't had time to read my message yet. We'll get back to you soon. Just an automated thing. So, and I sent them an email from their website too. So I hope something happens, man. So, again, a word of warning. Don't know why Blu-ray companies keep doing this. I mean, I understand people make mistakes, but this has become a more and more common thing. And those are 3 different companies. The Changeling with Severin, I believe. MVD for Lionheart, now Unearthed with Unnamable. It just gets tiring when you buy something. You should, you paid your hard-earned money. You should get what you paid for. And then that's like 3 times, literally like the past, what, 2-3 months? Past couple months where this shit has happened. From 3 different companies. What is going on? I would love to know what is going on. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.